What's up? What's good? What's up? How's it going? Hi, Mr. Seth. What's up?
What's going on? How you doing, man?
That's good. I got to turn you down a bit. You were a
How's-
little bit loud. Mr. Ken was just way too quiet, I think, though. All right. I think you're good now. Chat, you're gonna have to
Test
let me
one,
know.
two, one,
Chat,
two, one, two.
you have to let me know, chat. We're doing this on the fly. It's not like usual connections. My two worlds colliding on stream right now. Yeah, Cody, that's right. You weren't even here for the last stream. Some friend you are.
Jackass.
um. So this, everyone, is Seth. Seth has been on the stream if you guys haven't been here before. SethFPS, if you guys can. Same thing as Ken. If you do exclamation mark Seth, you'll get all of Seth's links. If you haven't followed him, I mean, you must have not been here for the stream. We heard about how he busted his nuts open and doing Cirque du Soleil tricks. It was great. The whole audience was like, yeah, if you guys haven't seen it, there's a VOD somewhere. I don't know where it is, but it's
When was that? That was back in, was that May?
oh man, it's been a minute, hey? It really
Yeah.
has. Let's see here. There is the last time when we sat down was on stream.
Yeah,
It
sure
was
May.
it was June actually. It was June
Oh,
8th.
June.
It was the you were funny enough, you were the stream after MrKenCarter.
Right. Yeah, I remember
So
that.
we're just following suit here again, I guess.
All for Ken and I.
Yeah, sorry.
Ken's always the guy I gotta top every time. Every time, man.
Making
Damn it,
us
Ken.
sweat. Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, really. Maybe we have to get you guys like 1v1 in Splitgate or something.
Oh, dude.
So-
Have you tried Spaghetti at all?
I haven't, but I've heard only good things. It was actually someone from your community who told me about that it was actually even a thing. I didn't even know about it
Yeah.
until someone came over to my stream and like, "Hey, Super came in and he was like, yo, he's like, you need to really try this." And I was like, "What?" And then so the thing is, I've never been into Halo,
Mhm.
so it's kind of like Halo and Portal, which I mean, I was interested in Portal, Halo,
Right.
yeah. So that was kind of where I was
Yeah.
for that.
Halo is an acquired taste, but the mechanics behind that game is what really makes it stand out, and it's addicting. There's literally been, I was supposed to play Apex tonight, I ended up playing Splitgate again. Like,
Well, what's
No.
I know before stream, Donovan was watching your stream and he was like, "Wow, this kid's aim is like, it's like his name is like FPS or something." But we are here for a reason.
Yes.
You have some questions for
I do.
me.
I have 4 total.
Sounds great. Let's run them.
But some of them have questions on top of it.
That's
That makes
totally
sense. Like
fine.
the way that I wrote them. So I wrote them down on Notepad because I'm legitness like that.
All right.
So first question. Was there ever a moment in your life that you clearly had a triumph over? So you look back at a moment knowing you absolutely destroyed the situation. It could have been something like you just had the high ground, or it could just be where you just took the helm of the situation and just made it your own.
Okay. So it doesn't have to be a bad situation or anything like that. It's just like a situation in general.
Well, yeah, it could be bad, but just any situation where you knew the right answer and you basically took control immediately, regardless of like what anyone else could have been saying, and you did the right thing.
Okay. I like that. By the way, we have a hydrate here, so if you got some drinks beside you, let's.
I do not. I have alcohol.
What kind of streamer are you? No, I'm kidding. You got. I mean, alcohol works. It's just a drink.
True.
And by the way, if anyone's watching this, you better be hydrating too with us.
Let me hold on. While you're answering that, I'm listening. I have my headphones on. They're wireless. I'm gonna go grab my drink.
Sounds good. You go for it. I'm gonna be thinking about this here. So you said if there was a question oh my goodness, I'm drawing a blank to this. If there was a triumph that I've had in the past that I knew I took a thing. This is a good one. Okay, you're giving MrKenCarter a good run here. I like this. I will say, situation that a triumph from. You guys are also.
Sorry, by the way, I love
Cheers. There it is. Let's go. No, it's a party. A thing I had to triumph over. So made it my own. I mean, it's kind of a cliche, but I would say almost this. And this as a stream thing is, sorry, this is gonna bother me. Is when I started this, I had no idea that this would do as well as it is right now. It's not where I want it to be. Of course, I'm always wanting to push it on bigger and better, but I'm instead of thinking shots very high about the spam it for real though. Um, but I am very yeah, no, like I think as far as this streaming thing, it's been something that I wanted to do for a while, but I struggle with. And I think even like going as far as buying a PC, it took me forever to do. And that was something I'm proud of that I kind of did. I don't know. I feel like I'm underselling your great question, but that is my thing. Okay,
No,
I guess
no, that's your answer.
yeah,
That is your answer.
yeah. Oh, by the way, I think we're taking another shot too.
I'll do one for every because I'm not doing one for every high. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me for 100 points? Yeah, sure, bud. Sure. You gonna buy me another bottle?
Hey, how much? If you're gonna drink every single shot,
no, so no, that's a good answer though.
Okay.
PC, especially with PC conflicts, man, there's a lot that can go into not only just monetary value when it comes to PCs, but also just like if you don't know what you're doing, you could hurt yourself. You could actually like, in fact, I almost had I think I told you this actually when we did the talk the other day. I was saying how I nearly killed myself because I tried to open up a PCU or a power supply unit, and I thought I fixed the fan because it was making a weird noise. Then when I put it back together, I shocked myself.
Okay,
and I didn't have any protective wear on, and I plugged it in, and it just sent like a whole crap ton of volts through me. Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah, gotta be careful.
I'd say as far as that is so like PC wise, I always wanted one, but I never knew how like I didn't know enough, and I wasn't like taking the time to educate myself. And like had I known what I was getting myself into, I would have done it way earlier. But yeah.
Gotcha.
Drop the PayPal.
Hobo, man. All right. Cheers. All right. All right. This is kind of a long one. This is where multiple questions kind of ensue under the same question.
Okay.
All right. If you were a successful streamer at this point in time, what can you take away from becoming successful after finding said success? Could there be more to it after finding success? Would you want to pursue something else or adapt and find a new avenue in the same field? Would you think finding success as a streamer would give your life a sense of purpose, or how would you contribute that ethic to your ethic values in life?
Sense of purpose, yes. I think there is this creating the connections with everyone is definitely giving me some sort of more of a purpose in a sense. So definitely yes to that. As far as if I like hit that point where I'm like I made it, what would I do next? I hope I don't plateau, but I mean, I think there's a certain point, and I've listened to big streamers talk about this before, is that they say is that eventually at a certain point you hit like this point where you can obviously grow and learn and improve things, but you need to stick to what your brand is. And so I mean, building a brand that's something I'm interested in is kind of where I'm going, so I don't get just totally sick of it. But I would say is the fact of being able to put it in a way that I'm always learning from things and learning what I'm doing and stuff. And I'm never like satisfied that I'm just like at that point. And so like what you said of like, would you just continue streaming or would you find other avenues? I don't know if other avenues would be the way to put it, but I'd probably do other things on top of what I'm already doing. I'm a big fan of having multiple sources of income. I think that's the smartest thing someone can do for themselves.
Facts.
And if I was able to get some sort of like side hustle or something like that I could do, maybe even combined with all this, would be a great idea as well. But no, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, no, it would probably be just to put to continue growing. Really, it'd be the biggest thing.
I mean, if it were to exponentially take off, would you see yourself running a talk show?
Totally, 100%. I'd love to. I think one of the first ever people that I told this idea to, they said, so it's like you're gonna one day be a Jay Leno, and I was like,
I was gonna say, I'm thinking more like a what's the guy's name that voices Peter Rabbit? Can't remember his name.
oh my goodness.
He's a talk show host.
I haven't seen Peter Rabbit, so I don't.
He does the carpool karaoke. What's his name? I can't remember his name.
Corden. James
Yes.
Corden.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
I could see you ideally being like maybe either his replacement or having your own show based around like his stature.
I think he's
I can totally see it.
the stuff he's doing is like, oh, totally. Like I don't watch much of his stuff like to a T, but him and his personality, I adore. I think he's so funny. I think he is just so smart in the way he's doing it. He's approaching late night talk show in a different way that we've never seen before. Like the games he plays on the show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it didn't come from there directly, but like you could 1-for-1 that for what I'm doing. So yeah, no, it would be definitely a pleasure to be able to fill in a role like that if in some day. That would be really cool.
No, yeah, I agree.
For sure.
Cool. So third question then.
Okay.
If you were the head of Twitch, what is you're the head of Twitch, what is one and only one
for fuck's sake, Seth.
feature that you'd add to Twitch's ecosystem that can benefit them both financially and socially for the community?
Oh, fuck's sake, Seth. Okay, there's so much. But only one. Can I tell you the other ones that I would?
Nope.
This is my fucking stream, Seth. I'm kidding. Yeah, really though. I would say that's a really good question, by the way. I like that a lot. So it would be called Tub Meta, yeah. Can you repeat it one more time so I can kind of hear it through? Because I was.
Bro, I just imagine like female series like sitting there doing the ALS sounds, like
all here's chattering teeth. Yeah.
Thanks for the sub.
Thanks.
No.
Sorry, what was the question one more time, just so I can kind of hear it back and I can think of my answer here.
So, if you were the head of Twitch, what is one and only one feature that you would add to Twitch's ecosystem of features that can benefit them both financially and socially for the community?
Okay.
So it has to be. So even though it could be a great feature, it needs to give them monetary value as well.
Oh. It's not that creative, but it is something I think that would help them. I would implement a feature, and there's going to be an at-risk to this, so I can add a financial thing because that's your part of your question. Is I would add some sort of type of Reels TikTok-esque thing that uses clips to use as kind of those things that you just you can keep on scrolling. You can find new creators. Super simple. They have to be under a certain amount of seconds. Like maybe even less than a clip. Like maybe less. I don't even know if 1 minute would be enough. I think like I don't want any context to anything. Like I don't want anything like YouTube shorts, sure, kind of like that, but like I want them like horizontal. I don't want them sideways. I want them this. Ideally, it would be even better if they're digestible through phones. Clips homepage, kind of. I think it would be how they monetize would basically being selling advertisements would be the way that they could do it. Is like how TikTok is doing it with their things. Twitch streamers can pay to boost streamers on the channel on Twitch. I mean, not as much. That's the thing is it was more just kind of towards the. It's more or less kind of just like. I love the idea of TikTok and how you can just every single video it's so random, and I think they did that perfectly with that kind of sense. Is that I think if more companies can do it, they will survive. If more companies don't do it, they're eventually going to sink because it's going to be one of those things. It's going to be like stories where like Snapchat came out with stories and then every single platform had them. It's going to be like that. That's going to be the next kind of stories is like the TikTok Reels type of thing. And Twitch, it seems so easy that you can just throw a clip and less content I think would be funnier. I mean, people could do little things like that. I think there's so many different things of that, but I think that would be probably the best thing because that would be bringing the social kind of aspect to it, and it would also bring in the it would also financially, you could sell like ads and stuff like that. Maybe just do ad space, and maybe if you want to bump up your video to be seen by more people, you pay a little bit of ad money. Which is known for taking from the creators. So I mean, there goes my partnership.
It's almost like, would you want it more like a roulette feature? Like if it were to be created, would you want it to be like kind of if people were scrolling through, like it would always be random, or would you prefer it to be curated?
Curated for sure. It would, yeah, for sure curated. And I mean, if you like someone's post, kind of like TikTok is, if you like someone's post, you put it on a sense of where.
You're doing great, Bren.
Thank you, Justin, for the you doing great and sending love. How's it going? Um, and the being able to kind of roll maybe like your friends' posts more often than you would maybe like some random one, or like the people you follow, I should say, would be the better way to put it. Would be come up a little bit more often. But yeah, I don't know. I think a TikTok-esque thing for Twitch would be beautiful, perfect. And I think it would also open up the discoverability, because I know that's a very big issue that a lot of Twitch streamers talk about.
Yes, very much, especially with the right now with the LGBT stuff. That's very freaking. You can't even use that tag anymore.
Oh really?
Nope. I mean, you can, but it'll plummet your your discovery. Really sucks. Like people, there was a streamer that posted a while back where they had an outreach. So first off, they were getting screwed over by the notification thing. Like they had, I think it was like 200,000 followers on their channel, and the notification only sent out 100,000. So it's already cutting it in half. And then on top of that, only 30,000 people saw it, and then only 17,000 clicked it. And then so even with that, he had the LGBTQ tag on, and his views plummeted from like an average of 3,000-4,000 down to 500.
And when you're playing with things like money too, that's when it gets really scary.
Yeah, very. But last question.
That was a great question, by the way. That's one of my that's definitely one of my favorites so far. Is that question about Twitch? That's a good one.
Okay, interesting. Really, you mean the second one or the one I just did?
The one you just did. The one you just asked about the Twitch one. That was a good one. I like that.
Okay, it was a little harder. Okay.
So the one really messed with me too. That's what I didn't like.
Yeah, I'm sure there's multiple. I have things of my own that I want to think and tell, but of course we're nobodies. What are they gonna fucking listen to? All right. Anyways, what's one human being that's no longer around, so they have to be deceased, that you wish you could hold a full dive convo with today, and what would you ask them?
100%. Not a fucking thought process went through my head. It would be my grandfather.
Okay. Yeah, you've talked about your grandfather in the past.
Yes. It is the one person that I wish would be here today. And that made me sound selfish in a way, but there is, and I'm gonna do this without trying to cry on camera. And if I do, I mean content. But my grandfather was my best friend growing up, and he passed away when I was in grade 2. And so I was young. I was really young. And I wasn't, you know what I mean? Like I wasn't a human at that point. And so it kind of like, you know what I mean? Like I didn't have like my own personal kind of qualifications. I was a mirror of my parents raising me, essentially, if that makes sense. Yeah. And so I went to my, so I think with that is I've thought about this a lot, is I would love for my grandfather to meet my girlfriend. And also to see what I've done so far, and how I've kind of done things. And he was a photographer. He loved photography. I'd love for him to see kind of what I've done with, photography stuff, with just audio visual things. He would love shit like this. Like he loved talking to people. The context to me honestly wouldn't matter too much. I probably would put into there is kind of like, I guess, asking if he would have done anything differently. And because I obviously see my grandfather as, like, I hold him on a high standard because it's my grandfather, of course. But he's human. He's made mistakes just as much as the other person. But it would be something I would like to see. It's like, if there was something he could change in his life or his time that he was on Earth, if he would change something. Because it's not like he passed away of cancer, but it's not like he was like a smoker or anything like that, like, or at least that I knew of. And he was he was a people person, and he ran his own business. He started it from the ground up. One of those kind of stories, like I came from England with $2 in my pocket type of vibes. Yeah. And built I searched him online. It's apparently $1 million company. I don't know if that's before or after they sold it, but he definitely had something going on for him. And I think it was more than anything is because he knew how to interact with people, and he cared about people more than anything. And I remember my mom saying, this is probably one thing that sticks with me more than anything, is my mom said to me after the divorce with my dad is that she would still visit my grandfather had he still been alive, if even after the divorce, because that's how amazing of a person he was. And obviously knowing there was issues that went through the divorce of my parents and stuff like that, and I mean they're respectful of each other by far right now, and I will agree to that and say that 100% they are super respectful of each other. But no, that means a lot coming from my parents about the other parents' parents.
Right. That they actually want to still see the extended family. That's cool. All right. And this is a follow-up question with that question. Sorry. So many questions.
Yeah, it's all good.
What is one thing you definitely would ask them that would not be a good idea to ask them? This is more of like
I don't know.
Funny.
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can say this on stream because this is a little bit of a serious one. Can you repeat the question one more time?
Yeah. So, what is one thing you definitely would ask them if because you had to?
Yeah.
But it would not be a good idea to ask them.
Sorry, I just keep on going to the answer that I definitely cannot answer on the stream. But why he didn't beat my ass when I was a kid. And so before phones were like a thing, he was like one of the first, because like I said, he created his own business. He had the guy was very smart, had money. He was one of the first people to ever have a mobile phone. It looked like a fucking brick. Like it was humongous. And the charger for that was like this little like dinky charger. And me being a little shithead, snipped it and cut it off. And like those were the things where like that would have probably cost about $100, if not more, to get a new charger.
Yep.
And he was so calm about it. Like I don't even think he reacted. Like he was just like, oh, it's okay, sort of thing. Like mistakes happen. And my parents were like, I mean, as a kid, like I said, I was young. It was like, the cops are coming. They're like, I remember that, like they're like, you can't do. Yeah, like they're trying to like get me like all tweaking out, and like, so yeah, that was one of the things. Is like, I guess that would probably be the thing. Is I would probably ask him why he he gave me so much leeway and things like that. And I know the answer would probably be like, because I love you, but no, if it was the other way around, I'm sure I would have been as patient as he was with me at all the times he was. But no, I definitely got lucky with how amazing my grandfather was with me. And thank you guys for all the love. Appreciate that. Thank you.
That's good. No, good that you guys were close, even if it was, for a short time. And yeah, anyone in chat, in Bren's chat, by the way, make sure you guys keep your family close, okay? Because family is all you guys got.
True. It's very true. Yes, you don't want to be looking at it and when they're gone and be like, oh, I didn't spend enough time. It's better to, as Ryan and Snoop said that was on the previous stream, is he'd rather be sick and fucking tired of his parents by the time they pass away than say he didn't spend enough time. And I've thought about that a lot recently, and it's something that, yes, exactly. ! Seth. Go follow him. Spam that love. Spam ! Seth in the chat. And cheers to you, my friend. Thank you so much for spending your time with me.
No problem, dude. Thanks for having me.
For sure. Anytime. Like I said, we're on every Saturday, we're going to be doing Just Chatting streams where we're going to be opening up to having everyone on here. We'd love to have you coming in and just hanging out and shooting the shit. Nothing too serious. It's all just fun and stuff like that. We'll be doing games. We'll be doing games night, things like that. Oh my God, Donovan, you just blew up the chat with that. But yes, love to have you on. Thank you for the very awesome questions. You did not disappoint behind MrKenCarter, so I don't want you to don't want you to get too much sweat. I could see on your face in the first little bit, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah, a little bit. I was like, oh great, man. Hold on, give me a sec. I gotta rewrite the all these
notepads back out.
I'm going to Google real quick. What should I like?
They were good ones. They were good. I really like the Twitch one. I really like the one about the passed away one. It was a good one. So thank you.
No problem.
For sure. Let's go. We're going to take a little break. We're going to get on MissBrunettee here. MissBrunettee, are you here? Hey Siri, what are the good interview questions? Yeah, really. So stay tuned.
How should I know?
Sorry, I do not know what you're asking for. Hi, MissBrunettee. How's it going? Hi, Insanity. What's up? So stay tuned. We're gonna take a quick little break so we can go and pick up MissBrunettee, and we'll be right back with some more fun content and some questions on connections on Bren. Let's go. Alrighty, we'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much, Seth, and we'll see you hopefully very soon. ! Seth. Go follow him while we're on this break. Peace out, dude.